Hey everyone, Brendan Snyder here. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to this special review for the Trettitre TreSound 1 Bluetooth speaker. So if you guys recall a little while back when I was doing the Building a Music Room series, you guys saw this box arrive. I talked about potentially putting it somewhere within the music room and so forth and everything once I figured things out. Well, now that the music room is done, we can not only get to the unboxing and review of this, but finding a good spot for them. We're going to do just that. If you're not familiar with the Trettitre company, they're a pretty interesting company. They design a full range of acoustic product and things of that nature, including CD players, record players, the Bluetooth speaker that we're about to talk about here, amplifiers, and some other stuff as well. And so from the specs about this product, it describes it as a mountain-shaped design, which you can see here on the box. Of course, we're going to see more of that when we pull it out. 360-degree surround sound, stunning bass effect, immersive hi-fi sound, and it retails for $6.99. But before we dive into this full unboxing here, I do want to preference this with and state that this channel here is not a tech channel, and I am by no way a tech guru. My channel itself focuses on music, bands, artists, history of music, things of that nature. But since we all love good sound for our favorite bands, I agreed to review this product here. So let's get into it. All right, so let's get this thing down on the floor here where we can easily get into this thing here. I do have my trusty X-Acto, and let's go ahead and cut into this thing here. See what we've got right off the bat. First off, it came in a bigger box than this, actually. This is the box that came out of the box it was shipped in. So it was protected really well. And all right, right inside of this thing, you can see we've got a nice styrofoam in here. I'm gonna get up on my knees a little bit here just for a minute to get this thing out and see if we can, how well we can do this thing. All right, so we're out of the box here, and one of the things I noticed about it was the care that the company takes in its packaging, which I thought was pretty cool here. We've got the embossed or indented logo and everything that's on this. I thought that was kind of cool. The grip handles that are in this. I know that's not about the product, but when I see a company that takes that much care in their packaging, usually means their product is going to be top notch. So already a good sign there. And we just got this sticker on top here, so I think I'm just going to be able to cut into that there, and we'll get it open. So we'll do that, and we'll split this. Yeah, and I think if I turn this here, you guys can see it, which very cool right off the bat. You can see the speaker. This is that mountain-shaped design they're talking about. I'm going to take it out in just a second. We got some other goodies that are in here. I will open that. But again, look at this. It comes in this special case of stuff that's in there. What else we got on this side? Booklet of some kind. Just make sure we don't have anything else. So I'm going to go ahead now and pull this out here. And we will put this back over there. And I'll set this down here. So yeah, part of what I was talking about, I mean, look at this thing here. That's just nice little added extra. You know, this is your power adapter and so forth for this thing here and the cables and whatnot. But for it to come in a little special bag like that, I guess at $6.99, you would expect something like that. And of course, we've got a manual here, which we're going to want to go through and just understand everything about it. But right off the bat, the other thing is that it's got this cover that's on here protecting it. And look at that. The thing is gorgeous, in my opinion. I saw this thing online. This is the first time me seeing this thing in person here, but just beautiful, beautiful piano style finish. I think they refer to this as a glossy finish that's on it. Really, really quite nice in my opinion. So I wanted to cover just some of my first impressions on this thing. And right off the bat, I've got to say that I find this thing very classy. I mean, that's my impression when I saw it on the website. But again, when you see it in person, it can be a whole different thing. So I did want to check in on that. And so very simple, it's clean, it's elegant. I mean, just all those great things that we're looking for, especially in, something you're going to leave sitting out. Because the idea of this speaker here is that you sort of set it and forget it. It isn't a Bluetooth speaker that you move around. That's one of the things I did want to point out here is that there's no battery associated with this. There's no battery life to be talked about. It is AC power adapted or only, but it's AC powered. And so this isn't meant to be carried around and things of that nature. Now, certainly if you've got an outdoor space and you've got a power adapter and you can do that and whatnot, but the idea is you set it and it's a beautiful piece to look at and have out on display that's also providing beautiful music and so forth. And so as I understand it, this top here is the power and volume. This turns the thing on. And so you've got two ways of doing this. It can be, initially it's in Bluetooth mode where it'll pair. But if you have the the auxiliary cable plug in for this thing, then it'll work from that as well. So you've got those two things right there. Now, unfortunately, we don't have what they show on the website and stuff like that, which is kind of cool, and you should definitely head over to the website and check it out because they give you interior views of what this thing is and can show you more about it. But what's inside here, we've got, let's see, two 1.25 tweeters that are in here. We've also got two 2.25 inch full range drivers that are in here, and then on the bottom of this, we have the 5.25 subwoofer that fires into what I was just showing you, which is this metal plate that's down here at the bottom. That's handling all the low range and everything, and as it appears, it is downward firing on this thing. The body behind this finish that's in here is a solid piece of wood. That's one of the things that's helping us get such good sound out of this thing. And the cover of this thing is definitely a premium gloss finish that's on this thing. I talked about it being a piano finish. I think I heard someone else refer to it that way or whatnot, or maybe read it on their website, kind of a thing. But it is a really high-end, nice gloss finish on this thing. And so the other thing that's on this is that what I was talking about, which is it's meant to be plugged and played and left where it is, and you enjoy that 360-degree sound on it. So it isn't something that has to be moved around, dependent upon the style of music or so forth. You just set it and it's done and it's that. But because this is a Bluetooth speaker, it is going to be in mono sound. It is not two-channel the way regular stereo systems and things are. Despite having multiple speakers and things, it is still just a Bluetooth speaker. So we do have to point that out on it. But the thing that I'm going to be listening for, because I'm going to stop this video in a minute here, now that I've got this thing out, I want to give it a listen and try it out myself, and then come back to you and talk to you about the sound quality and things of that nature on it. So we're going to take a bit of a break here, and I'll come back and talk to you some more. All right, so I'm back after testing this thing out, and I gotta say, I'm very impressed with this thing. One of the things that I thought was pretty cool here, let me turn this on. See the light come on at the bottom? Now it's daytime in here, so we're not getting quite the effect, but there is a light ring on the bottom of this thing that gives some nice ambiance to this thing. Plus the tip of this thing lights up here. And as I was talking about before, this thing here, which is in pairing mode right now, because I don't have the auxiliary cable plugged into it, also acts as the volume. So that goes up and down there like that. But see, as I turn that off, you heard the click, the light on the bottom slowly fades away. It's not just a quick thing, which I thought was kind of a cool. We're going to turn that back on so that we can leave that and let that be some ambiance while we're talking about this thing. And I will say this, I thought about doing a demo here, but in doing a demo, it really depends on the setup that you guys have, the device that you're listening to, the type of speakers and all that sort of stuff. So while I can play music out of this thing, you're not going to get the real effect of what this is, unless of course you are actually sitting here with me and listening to it. So in my opinion, it's not going to be an accurate depiction of the quality of this thing, which is really what's important here, is that quality that's on this thing. And there's a number of other channels that have done videos on this, and I'm going to leave a link to one of them that's in the description so that you can also check out the more technical aspect. If you want to hear them do a demo, you can, but when I was listening to it, it did not at all give me the real effect of what it was like when I was listening to this thing here. So I do want to preference that. The other part of this is, you guys know from the type of music and stuff that we listen to here on this channel, the classic rock, the 80s hard rock, heavy metal, alternative rock, all that sort of stuff. The type of free copyright material that is out there that I could actually play and demo with you is not going to give this the representation that we, as the music fans of our type of genre and stuff, really want to hear about it. So I'm not doing an outright demo on this, but I have tested this thing here. And I will say that comparing this to other Bluetooth speakers and things that I have, and now they're very, low dollar models by comparison to this one here that is a very high-end version of it. This one here is really taking things up quite a few notches significantly in terms of what my understanding of what a Bluetooth speaker could actually produce and do. Technology has definitely come a long way, and they're really capitalizing on that here with this. And so I gave this thing a test through a number of different artists, ranging from Adele, who I wanted to give a listen to based on her vocal style and so forth. I wanted to compare a number of different musical artists that you as the music fan might have in different tastes from me, but from Adele to Aerosmith to Alice in Chains to Anthrax. So we're running the gauntlet from beautiful vocal music through to hard rock, through to alternative rock and thrash metal and so forth. And I have to say, this speaker here could certainly do it all. I can confidently and regardless of musical style, let you know that this speaker here I think is going to fit your needs. And if you're a fan of bass heavy music, which is not something I'm a fan of, and I didn't mention it as one of the artists that I tried on here, I do have to say, with that 5.25 subwoofer that's in the bottom of this thing, it provides amazing heavy end bass on here. And you can, so much so that I could actually feel it in the floor. So if you're one of those people that want to feel your music, this Bluetooth speaker can do that for you, and I was surprised by that. Now, something that the information, the specs on this thing claims, is that it has a range of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz in terms of what it can do. And I will say that I checked out some other YouTube videos and things who did tests on it with the S-curve, sine curves, that sort of stuff, in order to see if it really could produce that, and they claimed that it did. So I'm just passing along the information on here that the bass in this thing is really good. If you're a sound guru, you know what the difference of the range from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz means on this thing and so forth. But bottom line on this thing here, I think there's a lot to love about the TreSound 1 Bluetooth speaker. As I mentioned, it's got a beautiful design on this thing, 360-degree sound no matter where I was in the room when testing this thing out. Really, really good. The highs are crisp on here. The low ends are very clear. There's a lot of detail that I'm hearing within the music that I don't normally get out of other Bluetooth speakers, and out of some just general use speakers as well. So I have to say that this thing here has really changed my tune of what a Bluetooth speaker can do. But like most products, you do have to be realistic in terms of this. This is just a Bluetooth speaker, so it is going to be in mono sound. It is not going to be 2-channel sound. As long as you understand that, the subwoofer is only a 5.25 inch diameter speaker. So just going into it, understanding all of that there. But for what it does, it's pretty amazing. And I have to say, still all in all, very good here. I can recommend this product here, and for a variety of musical styles too, not just for one side or the other kind of a thing. And I think that a variety of different music fans can enjoy this. Okay, and just to wrap up with a few glamour shots, this thing is really quite beautiful. I really like that light ring on the bottom of it. As I talked about, the finish on this thing is just outstanding. I personally liked the white with silver grill that's on it here, but there's a number of other colors. Green, there was black and gold. So you have a lot to choose from on here, but all in all, I feel like this thing makes a worthy addition to my music room.